Now let me introduce our most adorable speaker, Mr. Manoj Agrawal, the group editor of Banking Frontier and one of the most reputed magazine in our country as far as the NBFC and banking sector is concerned, BFSI, and the founder of Global Indomart Private Limited. Manoj sir, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Am I audible? Am I visible?
Yes, yes. Thank you very much. Actually, you told that you want to listen entire webinar, and I have given you that chance. I hope you will not mind this, right?
No, I enjoyed listening to everyone. In fact, I even got two good story ideas. One is on financing of electrical vehicles, and
Correct.
second on financing of toy manufacturing. So I'm
Yes.
going to ask my team to take up those two topics in the next one or two issues. So that was, in fact, the whole discussion has been very exciting. I'm
Correct.
really appreciating all the panelists for sharing such wonderful thoughts.
Right.
Um,
Please go ahead. Please go ahead with your topics.
okay, so it's a fantastic experience listening to such a wide variety of topics. And I'm going to try and add one more variety into this topic. Everyone is talking of technology nowadays. The technology has become the flavor of the season. Um, and companies are investing huge amounts of money in all kinds of technologies, in things like analytics and big data, in CRM, in artificial intelligence, all these kind of things. And of course, you can name a lot of companies that are doing this. HDFC Bank, you can easily name Amazon, Google, Myntra, Walmart, any big name that comes to mind, they're investing in these kind of technologies. So I thought, and this is discussed by everyone, I thought let's try to do something different. Instead of looking at all these futuristic technologies, can we look at something from the past? Because what happens is in the past, also there have been fantastic innovations and discoveries and inventions. It's not that only the modern generation is very intelligent. We have had really intelligent people in the past creating a wide variety of innovations. So I'm actually inspired by what our ancestors did. So one innovation so I went back into the past to see what I can find that we can use in current times. And I found one really interesting innovation. It's not invented; it's kind of nature gave us, and that technology, in fact, that technology is 2 million years old, nearly 2 million years old. This technology is a software that is running in all human brains, and it does only one thing. Everything that you see with your eyes, it classifies into two categories: beautiful and not beautiful. So whether you see a house or a car or a tractor or a horse or a cloud, everything this software analyzes for beauty. If an object is particularly beautiful, you will pause and admire it. If it is classified as particularly ugly, you will get a negative feeling about it. You want to step away from it. If it is mildly beautiful or mildly ugly, then like many other things, you'll simply ignore it and carry on. Now, this software running in our brain, in everyone's brain, has a bigger impact than almost any other software that you use today, such as WhatsApp or Zoom or Google search or whatever else. And there are three reasons for that. Reason number one is that this software runs in every human being's brain. Reason number two, this software is running all the time that you're awake. Reason number three, this software analyzes everything that you see. As an entrepreneur, you can and you should apply this software into your business. Why? Because this software helps predict customer behavior, just like some kind of analytics or some kind of artificial intelligence software would do. So SMEs employ a lot of technical people to maximize production quality, to maximize efficiency. But how many people are employed? How many artists do SMEs employ so that they can create more beautiful products, so that the products are more appealing? Sometimes you don't really have to go far and wide to find an artist. There might be someone in your own family or someone in your own inner circle who has that kind of artistic talent which you can use in your business. So I'm not saying that you should stick to your existing business. I'm saying really think wide as an entrepreneur. I've seen entrepreneurs in smaller countries like Israel and Ireland really think fantastically. Even the latest flying car was not developed in Japan or Germany or America. It emerged in Czechoslovakia, a really small country. So we, as Indians, we really need to think and be inspired and be innovative, like the people, like the entrepreneurs in some of these smaller countries, rather than the larger countries. We are a large country, no doubt, but maybe we are looking at the inspiration in the wrong place. So my topic is 7 wonders of the new economy, and the first wonder is this: that you have a fantastic software running in your brain. That software is nearly 2 million years old and really helps you engage deeper and better with customers and helps you kind of predict what the customer behavior is. Fortunately, this is like an open source software. It's completely free. You don't have to pay lakhs or millions of crores of rupees to use the software that is running in your brain. Now, there are 2 versions of this software. The less powerful version runs in the men's brains. The more powerful version of this software runs in women's brains. So that is one reason why women are exerting an increasing influence on commerce, and companies that target women as customers or as influencers are becoming increasingly successful. So my second wonder of the new economy that I'm talking about is that if you wish to use the more powerful version of the software, then please tap into the minds of women in your office, at home, or anywhere in your circle. On to the third wonder of the economy. So earlier we used to use different tools to manipulate different things. So wood had one set of tools, glass had one set of tools, metals had another set of tools, and so on. Now there is one tool that is common to almost everything, and that tool is a computer, which you can use to create a digital version of a beautiful cycle or a beautiful suitcase or a clock or a table fan or whatever that you wish to create. You can even connect a 3D printer to quickly, easily, and cheaply make a model showcase. Of course, manufacturing is a complicated process, but there are lots of manufacturers, specialists to whom you can outsource to or with whom you can partner. So instead of thinking in terms of different art tools, for example, pen, brush, hammer, knife, scissors, needle, etc., you can just think in terms of a computer and suitable softwares, and you can design anything. So using that beauty software that is running in your brain and using the computer as a tool, you as an entrepreneur can be much more successful in moving ahead, because everyone is becoming beauty conscious. Whatever we buy, whether it's clothes, whether it is shoes, whether it is cars, whether it is houses, beauty is becoming increasingly important as a factor in making any purchase by the retail customer, at least. By a business customer, it will be different. But for a retail customer, beauty does matter. So let's go ahead. In the fashion business, there are these companies called boutiques that attract customers who are design conscious rather than price conscious. Now, SMEs always face this issue that their customers are very price conscious, and there's a lot of competition from imports from China and other parts of the world. Though these boutiques use the same materials and machines as others, they do not worry about mass manufactured products or imports from China. Likewise, if your business, your SME business can become a boutique business, you will have less competition, you will have deeper engagement with your customers, and you'll have more repeat customers. Let's say you are in the business of manufacturing office chairs. Okay. A normal business strategy would be to have 100 designs in your catalog so that the customer will choose at least one design, right? But as a boutique, your strategy will be different. You must make designs that are so good that actually becomes difficult for the customer to make a choice. The more difficult it is for the customer to make a choice, the more will they'll appreciate your design capabilities and more they will have a long-term relationship with you. So that's the new customer relationship management strategy for an SME, to become a boutique rather than a low-cost standardized manufacturer. I've talked about the business opportunities and the business perspectives. Now let me go a little bit into beauty itself. Of course, we all understand beauty, but it's not a subject that is studied. It's not something that is taught in schools unless you take up art as an education. So while we human beings make a lot of beautiful things, the original creator of beauty is nature. In fact, much of man-made beauty today is a copy of what nature has made. If you remember the Volkswagen Beetle car, it was a copy of the beetle insect. The lotus temple in Delhi, if you have seen it, was inspired by the lotus flower that nature makes. The ancient pyramids in Egypt were inspired by mountains. Mahindra's very, very popular XUV 500 vehicle was inspired by cheetah, the fastest land animal on earth. So there are so many beautiful things in nature to inspire you. There's the moon, there are sea waves, there are waterfalls, birds, fishes, eyes, hair, and so on. The list is endless. So you really don't have to hire expensive talent. You can actually be inspired by nature to create very beautiful designs, products that will appeal to customers. So that is one aspect of beauty. It comes from nature. Of course, all of you are familiar with the Ambassador car, which unfortunately it's a beautiful car, but commercially it failed. Now that brand was purchased by Peugeot, a French company, for 80 crore rupees, a huge amount. Why? Because there is an attachment to the name and shape that Peugeot believes it can leverage. And that, my friends, is the role of history. Or the more accurate way to describe it is memory. Whatever remains in memory for a long period of time and generates pleasant feelings for us becomes associated with beauty. We call it beautiful. Okay? And the more beautiful it is, the more desirable it becomes. So a very large number of designs use a lot of vintage jewelry and vintage furniture and all that. Why is that? It is simply tapping into the memory effect of beauty. So that is the second part of this definition of or description of beauty that I can explain to you. To go further, you may say that beauty lies in shape, color, shining, texture, symmetry, etc. And those kind of things are there. Of course, they make a difference. But these things are not the root cause of beauty. They are only the symptom of beauty. The root causes of beauty are really difficult to identify, but I have managed to find one, which I will share with you. Let's take Taj Mahal, an emblem of beauty. It was extremely difficult to make. Had Taj Mahal been made in 1 year by, let's say, a set of 20 laborers, would it have been as beautiful? The Sydney Opera House is beautiful. The Howrah Bridge is beautiful. A Banarasi sari is beautiful. Pakiza movie is beautiful. All these beautiful objects took a huge amount of time and effort to make. So that's my third definition of beauty. Anything that is extremely difficult to make or extremely takes a lot of effort, that is something that the human mind, the human brain considers as beautiful. So the last wonder of the economy that I would describe is make things that are, so we usually do not this, artists do this, most businessmen, most scientists, most engineers do not make an effort to go out anything that is particularly beautiful. But if you do that, you will create something uncommon, you will create something that is desirable, and then that can help you grow your business. I put it this way to put some back of the envelope calculations. If 1 million SMEs in the country start using this, focusing on beauty, and let's say each one generates 1 crore of additional revenue every year, then this whole thing will generate about 10 trillion rupees every year. And that's a big amount of money. Also, our exports would go up. I think our speaker from Atal Mission mentioned about that. Our imports perhaps would come down. We would not have to import so many toys and other things from. We can make it ourselves. For example, what Bali they're doing in Bali. So beauty is such a powerful tool to sell that it can actually increase our production and sales and exports and all that, creating wealth and prosperity for so many people in the country. And beauty, like I said initially, you don't have to buy that software and pay a big price. It's available freely. So let's use as much of this technology that is there already in our brain and use it effectively. And particularly for my SME friends, beauty is something that you can use as a competitive advantage to your anyone who is in mass manufacturing. Beauty is only one thing that the brain has. There are 10 other things that the brain can use, but I thought let's stick to one thing, one technology that is running in the brain, and let our audience understand that, let the SME sector understand that and exploit it and use it to leverage their business, use it to empower their business. There are many more technologies, but let's start with the easiest one, which I think is beauty. So those are my thoughts in this session. Thank you, Amit ji.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. Really great insight. And we are always looking forward to collaborating for such a good session like this. Thank you very much. Now I am concluding this webinar, this live session. Thank you very much to all speakers, participation, everyone who contribute their effort to make it success. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Amit.
Signing off, Amit Moon.